When I think about the year 2018, I guess it went all right. What's up to all my freelancers, creatives, and designers? This is Nathan. Welcome to another episode of Freelance Jumpstart. Really just wanted to take the time to talk about how the year 2018 went. So I've taken some time just to think back, reflect, look through my calendar, and really judge how did 2018 go. I believe it's important for all creatives to take a time of reflection and look back on what they did, because you can map the journey of how you got to where you are today. A lot of times when people try something new, they're looking to accomplish a goal, or they're trying to grow specifically in their business, it's hard for them to figure out what worked and what didn't because they didn't keep track over how they went about getting there. So that's why I'm making this 2018 review, really for a way for me to time travel. I can look back on this and see my mentality, what I was thinking, my thoughts at the moment, but also I can explain and share publicly what was going on, and you all can keep me accountable and learn specifically from, my journey. If I had to summarize all of 2018 in one sentence, I'd probably say this. What I learned in 2018 is about 100, but my effort to apply what I learned is about a 50. I created a video called Setting Smart Goals, and the whole purpose of this video was to lay out a framework of how to increase the chances of your goal becoming a reality. So I must admit, some of the goals I set in 2018, it did not follow this framework, hence the fact I didn't meet those goals. So really quick, let's look at what worked and let's look at what did not work. But first, here are some of the goals that I had in 2018 that I wanted to accomplish. So one goal I had is I wanted to reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I wanted to publish an audiobook, build an Alexa skill, launch an online course on pricing, secure a sponsor for my podcast, launch a new segment of my podcast called Traffic Talk, use the goal and income I receive from every product I create to build out my product spectrum. I actually did a video on that. I'll put that in the description. And then lastly, I still have some student loans from my undergraduate and graduate degrees, and I wanted to pay those off. So first, let's look at what went well in 2018. So in all honesty, as I listed, I did not reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, but this is still a good thing because I was able to double my subscriber count. So looking at it from that perspective, that's a good thing. But getting back to setting smart goals, I did not accomplish this goal the right way because I didn't set up the goal the right way. This goal of 1,000 subscribers was clearly dependent upon YouTube's algorithm, which drastically changed the exposure of my videos, right? So if I really wanted to keep this goal, I would have had to change up a lot of things. So I should have set something different, which is the impact my videos have, which I have more control over rather than, number of subscribers. One thing that went extremely well is speaking at conferences and a little bit of travel. So I had the opportunity to travel to Los Angeles for the first time and speak at a conference, and that was amazing. And I got to connect with different people while I was in the city, my first time in LA. I also traveled to Austin, Texas, where I spoke at another conference and talked about how even though you're one person, you can still function like you are an agency or a company, just make a few tweaks. I had the privilege to travel to Las Vegas and go to MicroConf and meet a whole bunch of creators and makers and founders of different softwares as a service. And that was just an amazing time. My first time in Las Vegas. I went on WP Tonic. I went on the Matt Report and talked to different people about the future of WordPress and how I think WordPress could positively affect a web designer's career and business. I was able to speak to Justin Jackson and even was featured on his podcast, Mega Maker. I was on an international podcast with Steve Fallon, and I was on Being Freelance, and he also came on my podcast as well. So in terms of me speaking and being featured different places, I think it was an amazing year. And I was able to do that with Traffic Talk. So I was able to maximize my commute instead of just sitting in traffic and turn it in a way to generate content. I like doing that section of the show a lot. It just allows me to answer questions in depth and provide value for other people. So that was also an amazing thing. I believe I released 26 episodes of that and answered, a lot of core questions about pricing, how to get clients, and a few other different things. So some of the things that did not go well, I can definitely say, as you know, I still didn't reach that goal of 1,000 subscribers. I already commented on why, but one of the things I can definitely do going forward is do a better job at promoting myself. A lot of times I answer questions, I provide value, I engage with different communities, but I don't talk myself up a lot. I guess I feel like it's bragging. I guess I feel like I don't want to be someone who seems like they know everything, but I have learned a lot in running my own business, in going to school for business, having a background in engineering, mathematics. I'm just a lifelong learner. If I don't know something, I am going to take an online course. So if I don't know something, I learn it and try to adapt it and apply it. So really, I should talk a little bit more about my journey. I should talk a little bit more about myself and promote my own content, because really I have to look at it from the lens of, if I know information that can help change somebody's life, I need to get that information into their hands. So the more people don't know me, that's more people who aren't being helped in accomplishing their goals. So obviously, I haven't finished an audiobook because you haven't seen me talk about it, but that audiobook is about 50% done. I even recorded some videos of me going through the process of recording the audiobook. So that's 50% done. I just need to focus and finish that. Building an Alexa skill, I thought in a sense, voice would take over a little more. I will admit, voice searches are highly popular on Google and Alexa. They're way up there. So voice is still important, but it's not as important as some other things that I need to do. So that didn't go so well for me, because recording an audiobook or making an Alexa skill, I don't think it's that difficult, but I just haven't done that because there's some other things I was thinking about. Lastly, I'll definitely say I haven't fully built out my product spectrum. Previously, I made a video and talked about, if you're a freelancer, you need different streams of income. So it doesn't matter if it's online courses, if it's consulting, if it's services, if you're specifically offering your main core service to somebody, you need to think of other things like coaching calls, or maybe you need to write a book, or maybe you need to make a digital product. Maybe you do need to host a podcast and find a sponsor. It was just a more well-rounded way to get income, so you're not just one-dimensional in where your money comes from. So that was an important episode, and that's really what I wanted to build in 2018, but it just didn't happen. One of the main reasons it did not happen in terms of me accomplishing all my goals is I really started learning more from a channel that I invested some time in. The channel is called The Future, but really in just learning from that community, I felt like starting over. But the more important thing I can definitely say is this: I need to be more serious about business going forward. A lot of times I do things behind the scenes and you don't see it. You don't see a lot of my process sometimes. You don't always see what I'm working on or what I'm doing, or how I'm just growing on a daily basis in what I'm trying to move towards my goal. And I know going forward, I will share more of that. I'm going to work on a series called Serious Business, where I'm talking about the specific things that I'm doing in a serious manner that I need to change. It's things I already know I need to do, goals I already know I need to accomplish, just not doing them. Whomever you are that might be checking this out, I would definitely say, look, take the time to write out your successes, your failures, so that you can chart and remember your progress. Because you have to remember, you're not competing with everybody out there in the world. Sure, they may be your competitor per se from a business sense, but really, you're competing with yourself. You need to outpace yourself. So my 2019 needs to be better than my 2018. My 2018 needs to be better than my 2017. Compete with yourself, and that's why you need to make records of what you're doing. So this was my year in review for 2018, and I'll make another video about how I'm doing in 2019 and what my plans are. Well, until the next one, I will catch you later. See ya.